morning, how is everyone? It's just gone 7 and I'm parceling up everything that sold yesterday. Yesterday I didn't list and yesterday I didn't actually do anything with the shop, which I'm probably going to pay for that. However, you know, this is the joy of being able to do things for yourself. So yesterday we went to Bristol. We the Curious in Bristol decided to get the train. Oh, let me quickly show you. So this sold. It was an autograph top. It was a brand new with tags, only size 12. New, it's $39.50, but we sold that for about £18, so that was quite good. So that's on its way. Anyway, so we went on the train. We decided to go on the train. I honestly think, I don't know what anybody else thinks, but I think it is probably worth, if I keep doing it, to get a travel, you know, one of these family and friends rail card things. Because when I was putting in how much it was, it cost me £21 for myself and my granddaughter. £21, which is a lot of money because I reckon I probably could have done it a lot cheaper in the car. £21. But I accidentally pressed the rail card thing and it would have only been £11, and I think the rail card's £35 for a year. And then I had to pay parking because we live miles away from a train station, and that was £6. So actually, probably it would have been cheaper to have got the rail card for £35. But then, if I had the rail card, chances are we probably wouldn't go on the train again this year. So I don't know. But you know, and it's probably something I need to think about, but it was very tiring and I'm pleased we're back. I'm pleased we're back there. But today, what I'm doing today, I am not listing today. I'm going to go through the attic and bring down all the autumn and winter stuff, which I haven't seen for ages. So we'll see what's in those bags. See what's in the bags, and hopefully there'll be some goodies in there. I'm sort of a bit worried about putting I'm worried about putting autumn and winter stuff on, just purely because I'm not sure how it will do, because we're kind of like an in-between. I've noticed where we've been putting on summer stuff still, some of it hasn't been selling. So we'll give it a go. And see what happens. But yeah, going back to the train, I am a real people watcher. You know, I sat there on this train and I was thinking to myself, you know, that person there obviously lives this life, that person there, you know, they've obviously got an amazing job, seriously wealthy, they must be exhausted getting on that train every day, blah, blah, blah. But the guy we had sat opposite us was really bothering me because he literally gave no eye contact. I probably did come across as a bit of a strange one. I kept looking over, sort of trying to get the eye contact. Nothing, literally nothing. So I was sat there thinking, every time there was a squeak of the train, I was thinking, if this train derails or something happens, this man is not going to help us. So it's a bit worrying. But anyhow, when we got off the train, I left my water bottle, and he literally called after me with a great big smile on his face. I'm thinking, gosh, why? We could have chatted all the way home. But anyway, he didn't. Oh, let me show you. So this is one of the children's bundles. So I make them up. I put a code on just so that I know where to find them in my very chaotic storage space. This is like a bundle of little boys' baby vest. So that went, and let me have a look, that went for, I think that sold for £6.50, so that's not too bad. So yes, so today, gonna go through the attic, find the autumn winter stuff. I'm going to have to do that in between my granddaughter. Thankfully at the moment she's happy playing in the other room, so all good. And I'm sure she'll help me do the bag because she seems to like going in there, crawling actually inside the bag. So I'll have a look at that. Obviously dog walks, probably the park, if the weather improves, because right now the weather is not looking that special. So so that is the plan for today. I'm just thinking, is there anything else here I could show you to give you an example of some of the things? Right, so this this here is a Bon Marché size 20 top, or Bon Marche. So that's sold for, wait a minute, let me see. I always make sure, oh gosh, my husband's phoning. Probably won't answer that right now. So the Bon Marche, that's sold for £8.09. Now, if I'd have bought this, quite nice actually, but if I'd have bought this in a charity shop, I probably would have been paying for about £6 for that. So it financially would not be worth me picking that up if I'm only going to sell it for £8. And because of our supplier, it's fine. I usually get, because I buy in bulk, this probably would have been about 35p. So that's brilliant. £8.09 is really, really good. So yes, it's going off on its way. I always just go through it, make sure that there's no marks or anything like that before it goes. So it has loads of checks before it goes anywhere. I will, you know, make sure that it's in good condition before it goes out. So when I get it, I do a check. Oh gosh, that's just fallen on the floor. When I get it, I do a check, and when it's been listed, it has a check as well for marks. But yeah, so it has loads and loads of checks before it's sent out. It has happened before that when it's being sent out, I actually realise, oh my gosh, there's something on there that I didn't realise. And I am very, very honest in the sense that I let the customers know, ask them what they want to do. Do they want a refund, or do they want some money off? But yeah, so that's that. Gosh, you're going to have to bear with me. My ironing board, I've gone through so many ironing board covers. I've gone through yeah, just zoom in on the iron. So I'm actually using towels at the moment, but I do need to order some more, because obviously you want it as puffed up as possible so that you don't get like the lines on the clothes. And this little iron, it's a little clean easy iron, and that was actually only £10, because again, where I live, it's really, really bad water. So I get through irons like there's no tomorrow. So this time, it decided to die on me even before the school run. So I had to literally run out, find an iron quick, and that was a tenner. And I thought, oh, you know what, I'll give it a go. And it's done the job. So yes, so we will try that one. Try that iron out for the time being. Oh my goodness, I noticed in my last video my hair. Now I have got my hair booked in for next I think next Wednesday, but I am actually going to have to cancel because it's just so expensive, and it's the school holidays, and somebody's going to need a new school uniform and new school shoes and all the other things that come with the joys of the summer holiday. So I'm going to have to cancel. So these videos over the school holidays, you are going to see the full horror of what can happen to this hair. But I may cut my fringe, but usually when I do that, I end up looking more and more like He-Man. You know, personally, I'd quite like to go naturally grey, but I think the process is really, really, really difficult to actually do it, so I won't look like a witch. I look more like, you know, naturally aging. Just quickly, right, so these are Et Fou, which I think is a Matalan brand, some white trousers, and they sold for £8.50. So again, really, really good. Everyday clothes, size 14. Everyday clothes, again, just make sure that they are really white, no stains, etc. So they are off to their new home. Right, I will see you later. Normal example of what I'm having to try and work with. So that's the parcels all dropped off. Today they all went for Ebury. So I'm going to come back now and make myself a cup of coffee. maybe some breakfast because I'm absolutely starving. That also cost me a bag of sweets. The joy of our shop is every time you buy something at our shop, it comes up on your bank statement as bargain boost, so it makes me look like an absolute alky, but so be it. Right, so I want to show you these because I am so excited. Well, so over the weekend we're off the Penny Fan in Brecon Beacons. I haven't walked up there since I was probably about 15 when I was an air cadet. So in my head, I'm still that 15-year-old. So for this, my granddaughter's coming as well as my adult sons. I would love to film it for you, but I think my sons would die of embarrassment for their mum to do something so cringy. So I want to show you these little beautiful little boots. They're regatta. And I bought them off of Vinted because I thought I am not going to pay an absolute fortune for walking boots for my granddaughter, just in case she absolutely hates it. She does walk every day because I basically try and do as many free activities as possible, and partly walking is partly that. So yeah, £10, look at that, and she's really chuffed with them. These, on the other hand, are my walking boots, which yes, I have kind of just, obviously the last time I wore them I didn't clean them. They're a caramel, and I bought these from a charity shop probably, oh my gosh, five years ago. I do wear them well, usually in the winter, but as you can see I haven't worn them for ages, or if I have, I've been taking spiders and spider webs with me. So I'm probably going to have to clean these up and get them ready. Whether or not I actually get up and down this mountain will be interesting to see, because I haven't done anything like that in years. So yes, oh yeah, look at this. Look at my brush. This yeah, I would say I probably need to buy a new one. My dogs have eaten that. And oh, anytime as well that you want some dog training tips for my dogs, Mimi and Wilf, you know, always come back to me because they're just so well behaved. Mimi's the little white fluffy one. Mimi LaRue is her actual name, which my teenage daughter at the time decided to call her just to humiliate me when I went to, you know, the vets. She insisted I put the full name, which, you know, was pretty cringy. So this bag I have had up in the attic. So throughout the year, when stuff comes in, we kind of like decide whether it's spring or summer or autumn and winter, and whatever the season, we'll lug loads. No, we don't lug. My husband will lug it up into the attic, and he does it with such a happy smile on his face. But anyway, I will have a look and see what we've got. Like I say, this hasn't been touched probably for months now, so I'll show you what sort of things we get from our supplier. How much we might put it on for. So let's have a look. So we have this lovely pretty red floral top, which actually would be ideal for Poppy Day, wouldn't it? So that is in the style, and that's a size 12, which is quite pretty with the frill. We'll probably put that on for about £6.99, this top. Now before you put them on, always check under the arms. Also check for buttons missing, which I can see. Oh no, they are there. So yeah, just check for buttons missing under the arms, make sure it's not too worn. That's good. So we've got a new look here. New look again, looks good to me. There is a bit of a mark here, so I think that there will wash out. So that one there I would put for the wash. But that top, something like that, again, try for £6.99. We always do it with best offer. So if somebody wants to buy it, but they want to buy it for £5, but we don't tend to go under £5 for tops. Okay, it's another new look. I'm assuming that's a dress. Yeah, that's a dress. That's quite pretty. So new look, size 12. Again, check. Looks all right. So this dress, we'd probably put this on for about £7.50 to £7.99 because it's a dress rather than a top. I mean, the thing is, because we managed to source this from our supplier for under £2 a kilo, we're able to put things on for a lower price. But that's what you've got to bear in mind. If you go and buy something in a charity shop for sort of £4.50, you're not going to make that profit. This is pretty. What is it? Jumpsuit. It's Roman size 18. It hasn't got a bout, so when you list it, it can still go on, but just make sure that you say, I don't think there's in there. So just say without the bout. And I do notice actually round here has got makeup around the neckline. Always check like the necklines. What I'd probably do is put some Vanish on there before washing it. If it comes up okay, I'd probably put that on for sort of £9. Isabel. Now this is a large. Now because I don't actually know what that size is, you would measure from pit to pit, from here to here, and then figure out that way. Now in our guide actually it does say what all the pit to pits are, so it is worth having a look at that guide. I would have a look actually and see what Isabel sells for, because I'm not too sure, but always look in eBay sold prices, not what they've got it on for sale, but the actual sold prices, see what it goes for. Right, moving on, we've got a Classics, a Debenham Classics. It's a very smart jacket there. That's a size 14. I mean, that's probably more for the older lady. That would probably go on for about £7.50, £8. Some trousers. Bon Marché. I don't actually know how you say that. Is it Bon Marche or Bon Marché? But anyway, nice pair of trousers. Ideal. These are really popular. So if they're an elastic waist, they tend to be far more popular than the actual ones that are done up with like buttons, what have you. But they all seem fine. In trousers, always check this area. Make sure it's not pulled or frayed. But that looks good. The hem looks good. The hem hasn't come away, so that's fine, they can go on. Trousers tend to be sort of £6.50, £7 you can get for them, especially the comfort trousers. They seem far more popular. Oh, we have a brand new one here. Oh, brand new with tags. It's a Zara, new with tags. So that was £29.99 new. Now we're not going to get £29.99. It's also a medium, so again we would have to measure that. It tends to be about 10 to 12 Zara in medium, but that is a dress. So I think looking £29.99, so that's 30. So you probably ask for about £14, £15 for that. So that's quite nice. Ironing this is not fun. We turn it inside out. Obviously, don't go sticking an iron on that bit. We have another faux leather, and this is Shine or Sheen, whatever they call it. Now these we do get quite a lot of Sheen in our stuff that we get coming in. Now it depends on the size. If they're really good sizes, we can tend to get a lot more for it. This one's actually extra small. But I think it is in fashion, it is in trend, so we might be okay with that. But we would probably still try to aim for about £7 for that, being that it's a jacket. Have here, what do we have? Quiz size 14. So good size, 14. For anything really 14 upwards tends to do better. So that's quite cute. Again, check in. Even though it's got the size, we'd still always measure the pit to pit and the length. If you don't, people tend to ask. So that would probably go on for about £7.50 because it's more of an occasion wear top. Very formal dress here for the office. That's a peacock, size 18, which is very smart. We've had quite a lot of these actually from Next. Found quite a lot from Next. Little pinafore dresses. Just notice round the neck, I don't know if that's tired or if that's makeup staining. So I would definitely wash that and try and get that stain out. Just check these zips. I do actually have a Singer sewing machine upstairs, which in the early days I used to repair things or use the material to make things with, but where things have sort of grown, I haven't really got the time to do that, but I probably should. Oh, another thing, check in the pockets, which I've just noticed we have stuff. I mean, you can wear gloves for this because some of the things, you know, are a bit icky that I have found. Oh, so this obviously, it's got, so this is quite an old dress clearly, valid until the 23rd of the 8th, 2021, Morrison's, there you go. So this dress is probably being sat around, so it's not the most fashionable, I guess, but anyway, there you go. Oh, we have something in here as well. Something that's been washed. I'm glad other people wash things with stuff in their pockets as well. Don't know what that is, but there you go. That's going to have to be washed. Okay, we've got this here. So we've got like chains and all sorts over there. I don't actually, has this got a name? So this is another Shine. It's a 1XL. That usually works out about like 16. And again, probably because of the make, it will probably only go for like £5, £4 or £5 for that one. So yeah, I'm worried at the moment because, you know, having to go from the autumn and winter bags, I kind of think that putting on spring and summer clothes now, people tend to have got them. So is it too early to put an autumn winter? I mean, we've tried it over the last couple of weeks and it's sort of dribbling some of the autumn stuff, but I am slightly worried because that's much thicker material. But it is Zara and it's large, which is good. So it's kind of like an oversized flare top. So I put that on. I think that needs a bit of a wash because it looks just like it needs a wash. So this is an M&S. M&S is so popular, and with it being pink as well, I think that will actually fly. And that's a size 16, so a good size. Good size, all looks good. Just check the zip at the back. Yeah, that's fine. It's got the button as well. Things like buttons, if there's a button missing and there's one in the care label, then if you can sew the button in, because obviously if you have to say that it's got a defect, you're massively undervaluing it. So if you can do those little jobs, then it is really worth you doing. Got another Nuba tags here. What is it? Ah, right, okay. Alexa Chung. Ooh, oh wow. So you've got more of a high end here, so a designer name. Alexa Chung. Now, if I am right, I don't think she actually sells clothes anymore. So obviously that undervalues it slightly. However, there is a lot of value still in this. It's extra small, so the size isn't great, but new, I mean, some of her clothes used to go for like £500 brand new. So this is absolutely wonderful. But I will have to do my homework as to how much that would sell for now. They're brilliant find. That all looks good to me. Just a medium green top with a button accent. Don't forget to always add your little accents in there. Has got no name, just the size. So if there's something like that has got no name, it's got a good stretch to it as well, which is always appealing. There's no name to it. Don't be scared to list it, because it will still sell. And these everyday type of tops, everybody wants them. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and it looks good. Pretty little thing, size 8. Right, wow, pretty little thing. It drives me nuts actually. I get so much actually Pretty Little Thing and in small sizes and I do actually tend to find that it's not the most, you can sell it but you don't get a lot of profit. However, on this one, because it's a jacket, it's an oversized, clearly an oversized jacket, and size 8. I think that in an animal print, if you want to look like a zebra, I think that would go quite well. Oh, brand new here, size 20 papaya. Now that was £12.50 new. That really is not going to make much difference to the value of it. So this would probably go on for, I don't know, £6-7. But yeah, that's nice for an everyday top. And again, really good stretch on it. So that should hopefully be quite popular. W. So BHS. Now these do actually sell this BHS. We do tend to do quite well with these. This is size 20 jacket. It has got some marks on, which I hope will come out. Again, check the pockets. That's a good size. And with it being a jacket as well, what you will find, autumn, winter, you'll actually make more money in autumn, winter with the clothes because obviously the material's thicker and you can ask for more money. Do you know what? Sitting, doing this, I get so hot, and then my knees end up going and all sorts. I ended up a couple of months ago having to go to the doctors over my left leg because it just literally felt like it wasn't there. And what I'd done, where I'm on my knees so much in amongst the clothes, I'd ended up damaging the nerve like that runs on the back of the leg or side of the leg, I don't know. But I literally was dragging my leg around. So I do try and do now when I'm listing, instead of like measuring on the floor, because I used to just sit on the floor, I tend to actually sit down to do it. Right, this is Passion. I've never heard of Passion before. To make Passion. I don't know if there's any other tags. Oh, wonderful. It says one size. Really, really helpful. Right, so Passion. This does look quite nice, actually. I would look up if anybody else has had Passion on eBay. It's like got a satiny feel. Right, okay, a shine. Now, because this is, so 1XL, so again, you'd be looking at probably like 16, 18, I'd say more than 18 to 20 actually. And with it being a skeleton on there, I don't think I will list this until September or October, because hopefully somebody might like it for Halloween. I don't think I'd be doing the school run in that anytime soon. However, I reckon that would fly. So if you've got Christmas jumpers and you've got Halloween things or like yellow for, spring, try and get it on way in advance, because what I always seem to sort of like miss the bus, or is it miss the boat? But anyway, I always seem to miss it. So try and get it on nice and early, but I probably wouldn't put that on just yet. Although there is butterflies, so maybe, who knows. But yeah, so I'm going to put that to one side. Another new one. This is a Boohoo, brand new. Boohoo is wonderful because their labels, if you find anything new, it actually has the full title of what the item is, which is really helpful. So when you're actually putting your title in, you can just type in exactly what it says. So anything like that just saves you that sort of brain power of, how can I describe this? Oh, how do you do the... do you know what? This is a massive bugbear. It's when... How do you put that on? Oh my God. Oh, there's the... Oh. How do you put it on? Oh, maybe it's just on one side. That can't be right, because otherwise you wouldn't have anywhere to put your neck. But anyway, I won't bore you with that. But it is the worst thing in the world, actually, because you're trying to take really good photos, but it's hard to explain how you'd wear it. We have a death pile. So things that we don't particularly like listing, I think this is going to be one of them, unless we figure out how to do it. It ends up sort of not being put on for ages, and then it's a matter of having a word with yourself and saying you've got to tackle your death pile. And unfortunately, I think even though this is new, this is going to be interesting to get a good photo of that, and it hasn't got about, so straight away that's devalued. So we've got And Other Stories, pair of trousers there, and again elastic weights, so always popular. Animal print is popular. It's not as popular as it used to be. If we had animal print, we'd be really excited because it would do really well. So we would measure the waist to figure out what size. I mean, just looking at that, I would say probably about a size 6 to 8. I reckon probably 6 to 8, but again, you'd measure it. You'd also measure the inside leg, and you would also measure, well, not measure, but you would photograph the fact that it's got like the slits in the ankles there. Right, wow, I will get on with the ironing and do as many of these as I can today, iron them. Ready for a big listing day tomorrow. I'm about to take the dogs out, but I just wanted to show you, if you are a crocheter, these little people that I make. These are called book bag buddies. I've just finished this little one. I'll show you literally all they are, little people, a little nose, and they have little hats that can just go on. Oh gosh, my granddaughter puts loads of stuff in their little hats, but anyway, they go on the top like that. And the way these started, I made her a comforter because she's always worried about like leaving me. This little love to pieces, grubby little book bag buddy, and she's always put them in her bag, and they've gone off to school with her. So I hug it before she goes to school, and then she feels that I'm still with her. I'm just wondering what might be inside his hat. Yeah, we have another little thing, but she used to come home with all sorts in there. But also her teacher, where she had a little bit of an unsettled time, her teacher let her hold it and put it in her pocket as well. So they're handy. I do lots of different sizes. This one here is for one of her friends. She wanted one for her birthday, so I've made it. She asked for a little pink and blue hat. But I can always, if anyone's interested, I can always share the pattern with you. But yeah, so I've made quite a, I'm going to keep them away from the pup because he's suddenly here. No, you're not having it. But yeah, so they're little, let me put them back in her basket properly for her. But bag buddies. I am about to go for a dog walk, but it's actually thundering outside and lightning. Probably I'm not going to do it just yet. Just wondering how I can wash this one. He's had to be washed in the past, but he probably needs a good wash before September. She particularly likes that one because it's extra small and she can hide it. So I think we probably need to give him a good wash before the start of new school term. Right, so off to take the dogs for their second walk of the day. Really happy that it's been thundering, raining, but the sky is a bit brighter. You can hear Mimi in the back. The reason we have to go in the car is because our dogs don't really like walking on pavements. So, you know, again, any tips for dog training tips, you know the person to come to. Look at this, look, this chip in my windscreen. I've got a man coming out Tuesday, a man or a lady coming out Tuesday to fix that. I've made sure that it's when my husband's finished work, because I get really cringed out when people come and do anything, because I feel the need to just waffle at them. So there you go. Right, when we get home, we've got pie and chips for tea with peas. Just parked on a slant, so that's gonna help. We'll manage to get out in a minute. Oh, lovely, looking like a fuzzy dog. Ah, lovely and refreshing, really.
Done.
Oh, poor Will. So I really feel bad about this, but that poor lady in the front in the white has now got muddy Mimi paw prints on her white trousers, because Mimi's decided to jump up to say hello. So mortified, and I also don't know why I told my poor granddaughter to stay still with the flying ants, because actually I think it was because of wasp. You stay still, don't you? Anyway, look at this. Look. These sloes. So I had it in my head when we last came up here, which is all beautiful. I had it in my head that I could make something amazing with these sloes, because we have loads of bushes up here. The only thing is, I was looking online to see what I could make of it, and really the only thing I could probably make with it is sloe gin. And I was thinking, great, that's brilliant for like Christmas present, but then realised I'd have to buy the gin first, and apparently it has to be a really good gin, so you'd be looking like £23-24 for a bottle of gin to just chuck these in. So it kind of defeats the object of, like, you know, a thoughtful cheap present. But any ideas, any tips on what you can make with sloes that you don't actually have to spend £24 to begin with? Because like I said, weirdly, on eBay, somebody was selling kilograms of sloes, and I think they were going for something like £80 or something for a kilogram of sloes. I could be up here picking all of these sloes and selling them on eBay. So if you see any sloes, it may be me. It may be me. Look how cute. Bless them. Right, so that's us done for today. Time to go home and have some dinner. I hope everyone has a lovely evening, and I will attempt to make another video another day soon. Please subscribe, it really helps, and see you soon.